Before we get to the main lunch itself, I'm going to introduce a very honorable giant by name of Giant Professor Yeboah. He works in an institution in the United States that the school has a huge endowment, and he's going to give us a briefing of how we can build up an endowment fund for our school. Giant Yeboah. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, when Titi called me to do this, I said, why me? He said, well, you used to be a dean. And in America, if you are a dean, your job is to put your hands in people's pocket. So you are good at it. So come in and talk to us about endowments. Let me say a few words about endowments. Endowments are invested funds from donations held in perpetuity. That means forever by institutions, and they have dual goals. The first goal is to grow the endowment. And then the second goal is to generate income in the form of interest and yield from the endowment or the principal, and then use that for operations and programs. So what it means is you never touch the endowment itself, but the interest and the yield from it is what you use.
Yes. It was established in Accra. The first time it was in Accra. Then a new building was built at Takoradi, and the school was transferred to Takoradi. And unfortunately, 1939, when the school transferred to Takoradi, the Second World War began. And because the British want to fight the enemies in North Africa, they thought it wise to bring members of the Royal Air Force to Takoradi. So technical school buildings were given to the members of the Royal Air Force, and that small airfield in Takoradi, he said at that time we had only small aeroplanes, so that was good for them, and they flew from there to North Africa with bombs to bomb the enemies in North Africa. So the technical school was transferred to Elmina Castle. The Elmina Castle was repaired, so to say, and certain buildings were added. Mechanical workshop, a new building was built just, if you know Elmina, from Cape Coast, you are crossing the bridge. Immediately you cross the bridge on your left, that building was there, attached to the castle, because of the heavy machines. It was closed down. All the students were sent home, and that place too was made army training workshops, where those who were enlisted in the army, the Ghanaians, were sent there to be trained.
We have our technical workshops We had great teachers there, technical drawing, metal workshop.
GSTS is one place where you can come. You get the science, you get the technical, you still get the liberal arts. Now the curriculum is broad enough. When I was here, it was more science and technology. It wasn't, but now we took history and geography and art and did English. But now we do biology, we do all kinds of other subjects. So we are much broader background. In addition to all that, we also have the military component. We have the cadet corps. I mean, the first cadet was from here, and since that time, we have maintained a very strong cadet. So we have always produced powerful people in the army, and then we have produced powerful people in the academia. I mean, Tech, Legon, Cape Coast, you name it. And even outside the university, outside Ghana. So we have giants all over the place. And GSCS is unique. I mean, there's no question about that.
When the students were sent home from Elmina Castle, those in the final years, some of them were selected to be tutors because of the recruits that they were coming. Well, they were many, and this man was one, and is a very very good sportsman. Ex-soldiers who were appointed tutors, they were all sergeants. They were promoted to sergeants. And one of them was very particular about this Indian club. So if they find any students who misbehave, they call you, give you the 2 clubs, then you start doing your own thing. Yeah, so that man we call him Indian clubs. and that Indian clubs too became a slogan. So when you see any GST man, you say Indian clubs, and you will reply, taking your time for the front man.
I am Giant Engineer Reverend Professor Charles Adams. I'm a professor in civil engineering with a specialization in transportation at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Incidentally, I happen to have been elected also as the coming president of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, which means that soon I will be taking over as the president of all engineers in Ghana.
My name is Giant Robert Owuru. I'm a Nigerian, class of 79. I was in Dodo House. While I was there, I played cricket, I did pole vault, and I sang. I'm an architect. I'm an architect based in Nigeria, yes. I have my own firm, a firm that's about 25 years old. I like technical drawing, I like music, I like fine arts, and I like maths. So I guess the teachers in those subjects are my favorites.
My name is Silas Abloso, obviously a product of GSTS. I left here in 1978. GSTS is unique. You can see it for yourself. Everything made it unique. GSTS has got to be known for what it is, not only in the Western region, but all over Ghana. Ghana Secondary Technical School. We should be known for the secondary and even better known for the technical. I'm hearing that that's how it's going down. No, it's our DNA. It should still stay up. So my advice to the current crop of administrators and teachers, let's get back the T, strengthen the S, make it a GSTS as it used to be, and for the future.
the common goal is excellence at GSTS.
Well, yes. Unfortunately, they trained me as a tradesman or artisan, and the training I had helped me a lot when I was at the Kumasi College of Technology. Because the training you have there, if you have money, you could establish your own workshop. Because I am old, but if I wanted to establish a workshop, establish a blacksmith shop, we learned a lot. This aspen staple, the big ones for stores, and hinges to the big ones. We learned all these things. Learned how to manufacture this carpenter's pinch bars. Oh yes, a lot of tools, cold chisels, punches. When we sat for the exam, the entrance exam, 3 students from GSTS were selected. One was J.A. Come, late J.A. Come, and another one was Joseph Kwame the Bots, then myself. J.A. Come did carpenter general, so he didn't know much about technical, mechanical side. So when he went to the workshop first, the man and expatriates, they gave us some work, and he wrote the sequence, how the work should be done. But when two of us who did mechanical said, the boards and myself, when we look at the sequence, I said, no, listen, if you do it like this, it will work. So we changed the sequence and did it nicely. So the expatriate came and he saw the work. He saw the work that you have done. Then he asked us, have you been to technical school before? I said yes. And he nodded. From there, when we went to the workshop, he didn't give us any work to do, but only some private work that he said, yes, they need help. Only, I don't know, they have a small piece of land that limits extension. If possible, this time too, there's no free land anywhere in Takoradi. Else, I would suggest that they have a second campus and the place so that things can work excellently for them.
Oh yes, there has been a lot of changes. I think the school has a challenge with space, so expansion has been a problem. I don't know how that can be resolved, but I know that, well, from my experience in architecture, the only way you can resolve issues about space is to go vertical. But even in going vertical, there's a limit to which you can rise. So for instance, if instead of doing bungalows, you do story buildings. If you, instead of doing one-story building, you could do 2, 3-story buildings. Yes, that's the only way you can expand. But I think that I see that as a challenge. I went around when I came in yesterday, and I discovered that virtually all the open spaces have been built up. And I'm just wondering if the population keeps increasing, how the school will cope, in terms of classroom accommodation and even dormitory accommodation. That is a challenge. I guess what we need to do then is to limit the number of intake. Otherwise, I can see a big challenge in terms of accommodation.
My name is Nana Akumia, Giant. I went to the school in 1974. I was 12 years old. But GSS is one of the top It's always been with a top school. And we should try and maintain the standard. Unfortunately, like every other school, because of the increase in population, which goes beyond the resources, the facilities, there's deterioration in the standards in terms of classroom accommodation, in terms of teacher-student ratio, in terms of dormitory accommodation. There's deterioration. When I was at GSTS, we were 70 people in the house. Now there are 164. It's the same house, So there's deterioration. Some of the classroom blocks need a lot of repair. Launch an endowment fund. We hope to raise a lot of money that can support the government, because the government cannot do it all. So there's been some deterioration, but if we all come together, we should be able to make a difference. And to the other schools, well, they should try and be like GSTS as far as our record is concerned.
And because the endowment is actually to me, the best idea and initiative that is coming out from the GA. Because in America, schools, the lifeblood of the big schools, especially the universities, is the endowment. Harvard, their endowment alone is $38 billion. $38 billion. That means that $38 billion is sitting there, just growing, and every year, if they even get 5% on that, they are able to use it to run a whole lot of things. Harvard has $38 billion. University of Texas has $31 billion. I mean, Princeton, Yale, MIT has $16 billion. This is what drives excellence within the schools, because with that kind of money, now it gives the school flexibility, and also it allows them to be innovative, to come out with very innovative ideas that even if there's no funds to support it from the government or from tuition and fees, that endowment alone provides that extra money for them to be able to start some new innovative idea that can be sustained. So it is a very fantastic idea, and I really hope we can raise a lot of money and keep that endowment going, because if we can grow that endowment money, we will have money down the line to help to support GSTS.
We need you to help in the endowment fund. We need you to bring money. We need to leverage your networks. We need to leverage your expertise. We need you to come and then do things to motivate the young guys. Listen, these guys we have here, they are great guys. They don't need to grow to become giants. They are already giants. Let's inspire them. Let's nurture the greatness in them. Let's give them opportunity. Let's network. But there's one thing that I've learned, interacting around, also sharing with other schools. We need to lobby. We need to use our corporate power. We may not be in government, but we have power. We have networks. Some are in the World Bank, some are in the UN, some of them are in government. Everywhere. We need to create a better database. We need to network properly. We need to leverage our networks. We need to leverage our social network. We need to make sure that, listen, wherever our people are, they work for us. We need to rule this country. We need to rule West Africa. GSTS must be the example that it used to be, where everybody looked up to this school for the education or in technical area. We have another opportunity. We need to make everybody look up to us in the digital age. Let's get together. Let's bring all our friends from NASA, from the UN, from the big universities across the world. I know some of you doing great stuff all over the place. Please come. Let's network. Let's bring something, because we have an opportunity to make huge contribution in GST. Let giants. We are giants. We stand tall. We will always stand tall. This is the cradle for the making of giants, and we need all of you. Whether you are here or not, please contribute your quota. Let's build a great network to build a great school. Thank you.
For a school, a giant that has been sleeping, and now want to shake our body and wake up for us to be seen. I think already we are making good inroads. We are making ourselves known. The school has been rather the modest type. I mean, we hiding in the corner, brightening the corner where we are, but many schools have sort of passed us by because they've made enough noise to make people know that they are around.
But, I just realized, as also the guest speaker for this function, that there's more, because Ghana needs GSTS. We helped build Ghana to where it is now, but in the new digital age, we need new skills. We need artificial intelligence. We have alumni that have done great things all over the world. We need you to come and support. We can help Ghana change by working for GSTS. The government has just invited us for a conversation how we can build a digital lab for GSTS.
So he's a professor at Quinsigamond, okay? But he's an alumni of the school. So just like we want you to do someday, when you go off and you start your life, you'll become an alumni. And we want you to come back to us and give back to us. So his school has an alumni association who have a lot of care about the education these young men are getting. So he's working with his network of alumnus, Tony, Walter, they're here, to help get the country of Ghana to say, we have this amazing school, but it could be better. So why do you think they're here? To learn maybe a little bit from us, right?
Yeah.
And then the most exciting thing is in a couple of days, their team has qualified for a robotics championship in Michigan. So in a couple of days, they're going to go participate. Right? Your dad and your brother?
Yeah, GSTS.
Wow.
Oh, really?
What's your dad's name?
Alex Alexander.
I'll take it.
Alex
Esuma.
Yeah.
So would any of you be brave enough to talk about what you're doing today? Sorry we're taking so much of your time, but how excited, you saved me because I know that we have a lot of kids from Ghana in the school, so I was going to go give them a snack and then I was going to go furiously try to start finding all of you, but I knew you were because someone else told me. I just didn't know where to find you, but then I found you. So tell them about your project.
Entry.
We're going to launch the fund officially. And we want to start it off with a symbolic donation that my year group 1979 we have made for the Endowment Fund. Now, so I call all my colleagues who are here, 1979 year group, Giant Nana Komia, Michael Taylor, Kwame Enyimayo, Kiki John, anybody in our year group, can you all come front, please? Vanderboy Olga. Yeah, President, as our contribution to the establishment of the Endowment Fund, I present to the GAA board and its representative 79,000 CDs, representing 79 from the glorious 1979 year group.
We can do better. Thank you so much.
This is why I was, in my speech today, I was talking about the importance of paying forward. I mean, you have to pay forward the goodness and kindness other people have shown you. You have to pay it forward. You have to help somebody else. Because most of the time, the help we get, sometimes we don't even know who helped us. And so that is one of the things. If you want to go fast, then you go alone. But if you want to go far, you have to go together. And so as long as everybody understands that, I think the future is very bright for GSTS. I mean, we all have the same common purpose and goal.